Namaskar. To attain profound inner peace, one has to become internally very, very strong. We need to be at the same time gentle, subtle, but also fearless. Without that fearlessness, we cannot hope to achieve perfect stillness of the mind. Always there will be worries, always there will be trembling of the mind. Fearlessness comes out of strengths. There are different kinds of strengths. Physical strengths, physical power, psychic strengths. If you start to pump your muscles or if you train martial arts, you acquire quite a measure of confidence. Or if you are very prepared and mentally astute, sharp, you also become confident. Yet, there is another kind of confidence which excels all of this. It is better than all of this. There is a spiritual power, and I'm sure you will experience this state in one of your meditations. Sometimes when you sit and you are able to concentrate your mind and you somehow manage to go and touch the spiritual realm, then you feel inspiration. You feel that sort of confidence that I can walk upon the water, I can cross the mountains, whatever I can think, I can achieve. So, it is a beautiful state. In that state, everything is possible. Because the success really depends on inspiration. That inner energy that just removes all the obstacles. So yogis aspire to always remain in that state of ultimate psychological health. How to achieve that spiritual energy? Where does it come from? Obviously, it comes from the spirit. When the mind is drenched with the spirit, when the mind becomes like a sponge, you put the water on the sponge, it becomes very heavy. So, in the same way, when the mind absorbs the vibrations of the spiritual realm, that moment you feel inspiration. That moment you feel ultimate confidence. So for that, meditation is good, but more importantly, the proper conduct is necessary. Yogis have realized simple truth. They understood the power of thought, the power of word, and the power of action. So they designed the principles which will guide our conduct to excellence. Because every action we make either will speed up our evolution, rise us, evolve us, or will degenerate, will bring our downfall, will bring our degeneration. So many times people carry a lot of heaviness within them that comes out of actions which were not in line with the harmony. Today, already I announced that we are starting a course on these principles, and today I'm starting with the principle of Ahimsa. Ahimsa means not inflicting harm on others by thoughts, words, and actions. It is the cornerstone of our civilization. It propels us from barbarism to civility in the social life. Without this principle, there is no society. There is a crowd of savages, barbarians. And that principle endows us with the society. And in the individual life, following this principle make person so peaceful, so confident, that it is said in yogic scriptures, Patanjali describes this siddhi, the perfection of this principle, when you follow Ahimsa thoroughly, then you become such. You are devoid of aggression and you are devoid of fear. There will be no fear and no also brutality in you. So everyone around you becomes peaceful. You emanate such a harmony that there will be no quarreling, no fights in your environment. Everyone will like to be in that state of harmony. Nobody will like to fight. Even the stories are there describing great yogis sitting by the tiger, and even such a ferocious animal will have no idea to harm a yogi, because there is no emanation of fear and there is no emanation of aggressiveness. So that animal doesn't understand you as a prey or competitor. And that following that principle makes your soul so joyful and so light, and meditation becomes possible. Okay, so it is quite simple. Not inflicting harm on others by thoughts, words and actions. Harming means what? First of all, not inflicting pain, sufferings. I am living, and my goal of life that everyone will be happy. Nobody is going to undergo any tortures. Nobody is to undergo any suffering due to my being here. One great mystic poet has said, when you're born, everybody is laughing and you are crying, of course. You have a long life to struggle and a life of pleasures and pains and struggles. So you are crying. You should live such a life that when you go, everybody will be crying and you will be laughing, because you feel internally happy that I lived such a great life. And everybody will be missing you because this person was an asset for humanity. So not giving pain to others, not giving suffering to others, rather giving joy and happiness by thoughts, words and actions. And also, harming means stopping one's development. Like, okay, taking life, of course, it means you will stop the development of that soul. You will just chop it. But also in the mental sphere, if someone wants to progress, someone wants to develop, to get education, and you will say to the person, why you need to get education? Just learn how to cook this food and it will be enough for you. So that opposition towards the development of the person is tantamount to harming the person. Or if someone wants to achieve spiritual growth, elevation of the mind, and is sitting and trying to concentrate, and you are putting some very loud and stupid music, and you destroy the concentration of that person, you are harming that person tremendously. There is no such thing as harming others, because whenever you harm others, first of all, you create distortion within your mind, you create unhappiness within your mind. And secondly, the reaction of your original action will certainly come one day. So the suffering that you cause to the world will come back to you. Not only that, before it comes back to you, it's actually release, it's the end of your suffering, it's the ultimate suffering. But before that, you will feel heavy. You will feel that your perception of the world is distorted. So it is very wise to avoid causing any suffering to the people. I remember one time I thought that I'm quite good at this principle. I am not harming anybody. I am a good person. I think so. But one day I came to a small town populated by, there were many xenophobic people. And to my misfortune, there was a celebration, day of a victory. So many people were drunk, who were recently soldiers. Now they are not soldiers, they are just drunk people, but they still feel we are soldiers and we are their heroes. And I'm walking with my uniform and guitar, and this image, I believe, it really offends them, their view of the world. Something completely unknown has come into there. So the immune system will attack the unknown bodies in the body. So someone is running, I'm just walking, and someone is running, and then he hits with his fist here. It's very sudden. He has taken me by surprise. Then I turn back, then I look at him, very much fire in my eyes. And his friends came on him, they caught him, and they dragged him away from me, and they started to bring him into his senses, because he was very drunk, obviously, you know, acting like insane person. I was going to give a lecture, introductory lecture on yoga. I thought that now I cannot think about this situation. Let me do my job, then after that I will think. So I gave a lecture, then I came home. And then that image started to come in my mind. And when I remembered that injustice which has been done to me, what have I done? I was just walking, disturbing nobody. Why somebody just, because I'm different? Why? And then, you know, I start to feel rage rising up from this area, from the stomach area, from the Manipura chakra. I just feel rage. I feel this anger that, you know, just give me this person, I will burn him to ashes with my very eyes. It was going on like for 5 minutes. And then I thought, then I understood that, oh, actually now I am going against of the principle of Ahimsa. By thoughts, I'm harming someone. And then I don't know how to do with that, how to deal with that emotion, because it is there. And I just suppress it. I will not think about it. But you know, when you suppress emotion, it does not go away. It is still there within you. And it is there like a little pain, a little heaviness within, stays within, constantly poisoning you, slowly poisoning you. And time to time this image will come in my mind. I didn't know what to do. And then I thought a lot about Ahimsa and how to follow this principle, what to do. How to deal? Why this situation happened in my life? And then one day, what happened? I was preparing to meditate, and I was singing mantra Bhavanam Kevalam, which means consciousness is all there is. Everything is an expression of supreme bliss, supreme consciousness, supreme love. Love is all there is. So I was thinking, an image of that person came into my mind. That was the first time when I thought differently. I asked myself, why did he do this? And I understood. He acted motivated by pain. He's so hurt. He's so much in pain. He's an unhappy person. All of his life is a suffering, is a hell. And because of that hellish existence, he manifests like this. Because if there is happiness, bliss within, you will express that love and bliss. And if there is pain, you will have to express the pain. Next was the wave of compassion. Not like auto-suggestion or something like fake, artificial, but very naturally it came. I thought that, oh, I wish so much that this person will find his destiny, will find his happiness, and will achieve his success. I started to think like this. I really start to feel with love about that person. And then, something really beautiful. I started to feel so light within. My tears start to come. Then I sat for meditation. Oh, I went very high into stratosphere. It was beautiful, blissful meditation. And so much lightness in the soul. Beautiful, 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 beautiful feeling. So it is not easy to follow Ahimsa. We have to pick up all our offenses, all the pains, all the time that we were hurt, and forgive. And think not with malevolence, not with vengeance, but with compassion, with love. I really want you to be happy. I want you to be happy, you to be happy. First, I want to be that everybody I love be happy. And now, everybody whom I hate, I also want them to be happy. I don't hate you anymore. So that is real Ahimsa. But here, there may be some confusion. There may be some confusion. Sometimes, when we try to follow Ahimsa, we become goody-goody. But we should not be goody-goody. We should be good. My master has said, you should not be goody-goody boy. You should be a good boy. What is the difference? To be good, you have to be strong. One thing, you have to be strong. And second, you have to know what is right and what is wrong. And to be goody-goody, you don't need to be strong. You don't need to know what is right and what is wrong. You only have to know what is pleasant and what is unpleasant. And you just try to be pleasant for everybody, and that is called goody-goody. The goody-goodiness will not do, because the goody-goodiness will not establish any justice and happiness in this world. Rather, it will multiply the problems. So we have to understand what is right and what is wrong, and also summon courage within to follow the right and reject the wrong. If someone is attacking me, if someone is expressing aggression, what do I have to do? Should I just surrender and in this way follow Ahimsa? Such interpretations are there. Even if the enemy invading your country, even at that moment, if you don't take up arms, that means you are coward and hypocrite. Because the situation comes where you have to protect the life. When you take arms to protect life is one thing. And if you take arms to harm the life is another thing. The very same action, two different attitudes, two different flows. One is righteous and another one is sinful. So, for self-protection, it is not forbidden to utilize force. You catch the mouse, even the mouse, a tiny mouse, it will bite you because of self-protection. And the mouse will not feel, oh, I have sinned because boy bitten this big guy. The mouse will bite. It is a natural. Spirituality will never advise to do anything unnatural. Spirituality always flows parallel to the nature. It is our nature. It is our highest nature. But we need to see how much force needs to be applied. That is the question. Creatures of this world divided into three categories. Jata Shatru, Jata Mitra, and nirapeksha means born enemy, born friend, and neutral. Like insects, for example, mosquito. It is a born what? Friend? Born enemy. It comes to suck your blood. So killing that mosquito is not a sin. You don't want to harm, but you're doing it out of self-protection. In a similar way, there are insects eating your crops and so many things. Spirituality will not advise you to become impractical and for the protection of the life of insects to jeopardize a human life. It's not like that. Cow is a born friend. Killing the cow is very, 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 how to say? It's condemnable. We keep the cow here. It's such a gentle animal. When you come in, it will lick you because she thinks that you are a calf. So much love, so much. And to kill that beautiful animal, it's really a vicious action. So should not kill. Human being is a nirapeksha, neutral by nature, but may become friend and may become enemy. So in case the human being becomes inimical, then he falls in the category of an enemy. And that force can be utilized against such a human. In case someone wants to poison you, burn your house, take away your possessions, such as land, and thereby starve you to death, abduct your wife, and doing such actions, that time person becomes inimical. In that case, force can be used against that person. And there is no... Otherwise, we have to be hypocrites, because police and army is needed for the maintenance of the state. And if they are not utilizing the force, then the existence is meaningless. Okay, so we understood that. For self-protection, for the protection of righteousness, for the protection of the weak, for the protection of justice in the society, force can be utilized. It is not going against of the code of Ahimsa. Then another question is what to eat. Sometimes these meat-eating people, they are taunting vegetarians. They're saying, but how about cucumber? You killed the cucumber, poor cucumber. You should not kill the cucumber. Yes, it is true. Because cucumber also have to die for you to survive. This world is made in such a way that there are food chains. You have to eat something to survive. But if there is a choice, you should eat something which is having less developed consciousness and which feel less pain. If there is an object with a developed nervous system, there will be lots of pain. And if cucumber doesn't have any nervous system, there will be no pain, there will be no awareness. If there is a cow and there is a chicken, why should you eat the cow? Eat the chicken. If there is a chicken and there is a fish, why should you eat the chicken? Eat the fish. If there is a fish and an apple or grains, buckwheat, wheat, why should you eat the fish? We will choose foods with the less developed consciousness. And like in the extreme north, maybe people have no available vegetables, and they eat fish, they eat deer meat. It's okay for them. They are not going against nature, they are not going against of spirituality. It's perfectly fine. But if in the modern age everything is available in supermarket, why should we eat? Why should we kill? Why should we give pain to creatures? We should not. And also, not only because of ethical, just eating meat is not good for health. When I became vegetarian, I was before all the time sick, and then all of a sudden I acquired quite a good health. I would not be catching cold and things like that. So I felt it is a good change. So it is good for you and it is good for the planet, for the environment. So okay, I think more or less I explained. Not harming, not giving suffering to anybody, not blocking someone's progress in psychic sphere, in spiritual sphere. And in the case of self-protection, we can use the force, physical force, psychic force, any kind of force, spiritual force. One time, my teacher, my Dada, my meditation teacher, he was going in the subway. And they were big guy, very big, hooligan kind of personality. And there were two small Asian-looking ladies, and he was moving towards them. And everybody, because he's so big, threatening, ferocious, everybody is just keeping quiet. So my teacher, he was feeling upset. And then at one moment, he said, "Stop what you are doing." And that man got really very, very angry. Then he stood up, and he's like one head taller than my teacher. My teacher also stood up like this, looking at each other, facing each other. And he just looked at him like this. After maybe a minute of this confrontation, that is a psychic confrontation, he started to swear, pronounce bad words, and he walks away out of the train. And everybody is... Is that not force? It is a force, of course. Is he not hurt? Yes, he's hurt. His ego is bruised very much. But that is for protection of the weak. And it is not going against of Ahimsa. Rather, it is in the spirit of righteousness, in the spirit of spirituality. So practical advice would be for the next week, or preferably for the whole life, is watch out your mind. And if you start to feel jealousy and start to think malevolent thoughts, "Oh, I wish you will fail," or something like that, you feel anger or you feel greed or something, and then due to those emotions, you are motivated to think malevolently about the person, wishing their failure or wishing him to be not successful. Try to change your ideation. Try to think, you are my brother. I want you to flourish. I want you to be happy. You will discover something beautiful. You will discover that your soul is filling up with warmth, with love, and with strength. You will find yourself capable of every kind of success in life. And of course, we are going to continue with the principles. I advise you to subscribe to this channel, and then other principles of harmony will come up with these videos. I will also appreciate very much if you share this video. Thank you very much for viewing. It is a pleasure to be with you. Namaskar.